there's never a dull day in the oil markets
that
these days. Thank you. Or how much was the market sort of taken aback by these Iran headlines?
Well, what was really interesting is that these headlines were coming out from the US State Department yesterday. You know, they said, look, if you're India or China or any big buyer of Iranian oil, you better cut that to zero. And those headlines were coming across the market just as there were reports that Saudi Arabia was going to crank up its production this summer to record levels. And so there was a bit of a counter effect there. Just when you thought actually the Saudi headlines were pretty bearish, actually what the market was really paying attention to was the stuff from the US. And so you had a big jump yesterday, more than $1, and you know, WTI went even higher than that. So you saw both of those things sort of counteracting. I mean, if you were the Saudis right now, you'd be pretty worried, because what you're saying is, look, we are about to ramp up production, and actually the market's just not paying attention. They either think that the increases are not going to be enough, or that they're looking at all these different things that are happening across the world, whether it be Venezuela blowing up, whether it be Libya blowing up, and actually that there could be a bit of a crunch later on in the year.
Yeah, and I think that's the head scratcher. I mean, we were all in that room at OPEC, you know, in that stinky little basement or whatever it was, trying to do math based on their sort of weird you know, they're up there and go, we're going to do a percentage of this, and all these journalists are breaking out their calculators trying to figure it out. Obviously, it wasn't enough. Yesterday, U.S. Energy Secretary Rick Perry told us down in D.C. that he thought the Saudis could and might pump more oil. Do you think there is a chance that we do get to that million, not net million or gross million, but actually a net new million barrels?
I really think there is. I mean, Khaled Al-Faleh, the Saudi energy minister, came out on Friday and again on Saturday to emphasize that 1 million figure. At the end of the day, regardless of what the Iranians, the Iraqis, anyone else is saying about, look, the production increases might be less than that, if the countries with the biggest spare capacity, Saudi Arabia, Russia, if they're coming out and saying 1 million barrels a day, you should count on that. Remember what Mr. Faleh said on Saturday, which is that, yes, while it's important to stick within the limits of the current production deal, what's more important is supplying the market. This was a big signal to Donald Trump and others in the US that, look, we are here to support the market. Question is, are people actually listening in?
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.